Life is difficult for everyone. Once we realize that it's not just us and that life is meant to be challenging, we can start to solve our own problems. We get better at solving our problems because it's not like, poor me, this is all happening to me. We learn that it's happening to everyone and we can transcend this. People go towards challenges. People play video games, like upping to the next level because it's more challenging. It feeds our souls to grow, and our minds and our bodies. This is a quote from one of my favorite books, The Road Less Traveled. I'm going to discuss one section of this book a day. I'm rereading it. So section 1 is problems and pain. It's about discipline. So life is a series of problems. And if it weren't that way, it really wouldn't be worth living. And discipline, willpower, is what we use to solve life's problems. Without discipline, we can't solve any problems because we don't have the will to even begin. I feel like a lot of us nowadays don't feel like we have self-discipline or self-control. And that's the thing about discipline, is that it is something that is practiced and it gets easier over time when we practice it. So when we start practicing discipline, it may take time, it's all about starting. It's about loving ourselves enough to cultivate enough discipline, to care enough about ourselves to make the changes we want to make and to become the version of ourselves that we've always wanted to be. We're always creating new dreams and new versions of ourselves that we strive to be. So it is in this whole process of meeting and solving problems that life has its meaning. Like I said, this is the quote from the book. Most wise people learn not to dread, but actually to welcome problems and to welcome the pain of problems. Because the only way we can transcend or expand or grow is to go straight through the pain. If we skirt around it, avoid it, numb it, deaden ourselves to it, take drugs, drink alcohol, avoid people, the problems are always still going to be there. They're not going to go away. We must go through, we must confront. And this is how we learn more about ourselves and others. The pain involved can often be more painful than any physical pain that has been endured. That's why so many people avoid problems or pain or suffering. If you have a cut on your arm, the pain is there to give you an indicator that something is happening and that it needs to be looked at. Same thing with pain within. And if there's pain there, it's for a reason. Pain is just an indicator that there's something that needs to be looked at or examined. Life is ups and downs, it's waves. I think we all know that we're not always going to be consistently happy all the time. It's just not the way life is. And that's the beauty of life, contrast and experiencing the full range of our emotions. That is the beauty of being here. That is the beauty of solving problems and challenges and growing and learning about ourselves and others. It's learning to make peace with this up and down, happy, sad, good, bad contrast, that we form resilience, and that's also where we find discipline. Even in the bad, having discipline. We will cultivate discipline over time, but it is very important. And the root of real discipline and willpower and using your will, the root will always be from real, authentic love. Because if you love yourself enough to look at that painful wound, then you can heal the wound. In this book, there are 4 tools to go about suffering and pain and going through the pain. And the 4 are delaying of gratification, acceptance of responsibility or holding yourself fully accountable, dedication to the truth or reality, it's my favorite, and balancing. And I'm going to discuss each of these in further detail in the future.